All right. Hey, Curt. Thanks for joining us today. Glad to have you, and wanted to know if you could tell us a little bit about your recent Antarctic trip, your inspiration and the hurdle you overcame, and a little bit about the piece sitting here with you today.
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to go on an Antarctic trip, and I thought it was going to be super inspiring. And when I went, it was kind of overwhelming because it was like being in this land of glass. Everything is blue and transparent and all the ice. So after I came back from the trip, I sort of hit a creative block, and I thought, I just want to go back to Antarctic. I don't want to work with glass at all. And then over time, it did sort of seep back in. So in this piece, as you move closer to it, you'll see there's almost like a white ring and followed with a blue ring. So the blue ring comes from looking into the water in Antarctic as well. And also that illusion of as you move closer, it turns one color, and as you move to a different angle, it changes. And the icebergs were a lot like this. As you move closer to them, they would change color, or even the mountains or the water were the same way. The piece is called Desert Rose because the centerpiece is actually a piece of stone that my wife and I picked up when we were in Arizona. So I started using some natural elements back in the work. And the gold is just a representation of the beauty of nature. Sort of, I feel like working in nature, working around nature, influenced by nature. It's every time I go out, I can find some little thing that reminds me of something precious, like a precious piece of gold. There is 24 karat gold leaf used inside that sort of cup that holds it, and that was fused directly into the glass as well.
Very cool. And the blue you're saying was inspired by the densely packed ice?
Yeah, the blue is, when I went to Antarctic, I asked some of the naturalists, why is all the glaciers blue? And he said, because all the light that enters them, the only light that gets held is the blue light. All the other bands of the color spectrum are reflected. So as you get close to it, or if a chunk breaks off, it's just clear, just like the ice out of your freezer. But when it's put back together and the light enters it, it has this beautiful blue luminescent color. So trying to mimic that in the base, how can I get something that changes from silver or white to blue, and how can I produce that luminescent quality in the glass? And this is the solution that I've come up with thus far.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that explanation.
Sure.
And thank you for the newest body of work that you brought to us.
Okay, sounds good, thanks.
Thank you.